Hey everybody, what's up? It's Josh from All the Voice for Swimming Pool Science, and in this video we are installing the SDX2 main drain cover high flow safety drain by Paramount Pool Products. This is a really cool drain that I like because it comes with a universal plate and a bunch of different screws, so it doesn't matter really which size ring you have for your main drain cover. But you can usually get it on. Now keep in mind, the SDX2 is a high flow suction outlet suitable for use as a wall fitting and also as a floor drain when debris removal isn't a concern. You'll be able to see here shortly how small the slits are in this thing, so if you do have a high debris pool, you are going to want to find something that works just a little bit better for clearing leaves and things off of the bottom of the pool. Now a retro version is available to bring existing suction outlet covers VGB compliant. That's what we're using today. It fits existing plaster rings up to 10 inches in diameter, and it boasts a flow rating of about 188 gallons a minute on the floor and 154 on a wall. That makes it compatible with just about any residential pump up to 3 horsepower. The SDX2 has a 1300 or 1.396 foot per second velocity at the opening at a maximum of about 188 gallons a minute. Now what I'm doing here is the previous main drain cover had a smaller set of screws that it used. The screws that we're going to use actually come with the cover, and I've got to do a little work here. I've got to make sure that the holes that we're going to put the larger screws that are also longer have a place to go. So I'm using those smaller screws to kind of dig in, and I'm screwing this in a little bit. I'm screwing the old screws in a little bit more, then I'm unscrewing, then I'm clearing the debris out, and basically using the old screws to kind of drill away with the any little bits of plaster that are underneath that ring to get any of that debris out or anything out of the way. Because when I put these larger screws in, I've got to also increase the diameter. Now you see right here what I'm doing is I've got my little tiny screwdriver, and it just so happens that it's just a hair smaller than the diameter of the screws that come with the SDX main drain cover. So I can use that to clear that out, but it still leaves enough plastic on that ring for the threads on the new screws to bite into. So here we go, we got the new screws. We're actually going to screw them in, and what I'm doing here is I am essentially tapping the holes now. And I will do this little by little, and what I want to do is before I try and put this drain cover on, I want to make sure that the new screws are going to go down as far as they need to go so that that cover is on there snugly and securely as tightly as possible. So here I am back. Yes, I do have to take a breath every now and then. A lot of guys will do underwater repairs. They bring scuba gear and things like that. I don't like having all that stuff. I just prefer to be underwater and not have the overhead of all the extra gear and having to get oxygen tanks filled. And I can usually do 99% of my underwater repairs with a weight belt, a pair of goggles, or a mask, and a couple good breaths. Now, I've learned breathing techniques by watching the Australian freedive legend Adam Stern at his YouTube channel, Adam Freediver, and I'll post a link up ahead, so if you see that link just above there, you can click on that. I'd hate for you to leave my channel, but you've got to see what Adam's got going on. He is an incredible free diver, and he's got a lot of great videos on how to hold your breath underwater and do it safely, because there are a lot of bad habits that us lay people have as far as doing this that can lead to dangerous conditions like shallow water blackout and other things that can put you in real danger. So one of the things I want to talk about is you see in the movies and different places that people will hyperventilate to try to overload their system with oxygen. One of the things I've learned from watching Adam's great videos is that your body does not gauge how long it should be able to hold its breath by how much oxygen it has in its system. It actually gauges how long it should be able to hold its breath by how much carbon dioxide is in your system. So what happens is your body says to itself, well, I don't have that much carbon dioxide in my system, so I must not need to breathe right now. I must not need to start those involuntary convulsions of my diaphragm, and your body's also not feeling that burning sensation because you don't have that buildup of carbonic acid in your lungs. And by the time your body figures it out, it's too late. You've passed out, you're underwater, and you're in big trouble. So it's important to make sure that when you're doing repairs like this, or even just doing breath holding competitions and things like this, that you do have somebody there and you are being safe and you're just being really relaxed in your breathing. So think about that. All right, so back to the job at hand here. It looks like we're ready to put our base plate on, and this base plate's nice because it's got different slots in it that allow us to take advantage of different screw positions, 4 screw light rings or 2 screw mud rings. In this case, it's just a 2-screw mud ring. So we'll get this thing in position here, and I've already checked. I've already prepped my holes. I know my screws are going to go down far enough. So at this point, it's just a matter of like putting the whole thing together, and I've got a good dose of oxygen and carbon dioxide balance in my system right now, so I can do this safely. Now you see the 3 holes in the top of the drain. They kind of look like an angry face right now. These are the holes where the screws go that attach our cover to the base plate, and they're not perfectly triangle. They don't make an equilateral triangle, so you have to line it up just in the right way. It only goes on one way, so it's important to make sure you get that lined up correctly, and then you use the special tool that comes with it. It's just a little Allen, essentially a Torx Allen wrench, and it's got the little security slot, so it's not a common tool that anybody can just, I guess, randomly show up with and steal your drain. Not sure how often that happens in the decades of pool work that I've done. I've never seen stolen main drains before, but they do a good job of holding it down. They're nice and secure. It takes a little bit of effort to screw them in, so be patient with this part. What I find really interesting about doing these underwater repairs where I'm trying to focus on staying relaxed and having a nice long breath hold while I do these relatively simple tasks is that these simple tasks become just a little bit more difficult. Lining up a screw to a tool, or trying to put the screw into the slot or the hole it's supposed to go into, and it's a fun challenge. So one of the things I enjoy about doing this type of work in the pool business. So that's going to do it. We got the drain cover on. It's secure. All of our tools are picked up except for that one screw you see right there at the about 12 o'clock position. I promise you I went back and I picked that up, guys. So thanks for watching, and if you do want to purchase the SDX2 main drain cover by Paramount, we'll have a link in the description. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next video, everybody. Thanks for watching.